morning and welcome to Show Me St. Louis. I'm Malik Wilson. As you can see, we are not in studio today. We are live at Union Station in front of a live audience. Let's give it up for you guys. Yes. Now, today is a special day because we're celebrating National Travel and Tourism Week in partnership with Explore St. Louis. Now, I have two lovely ladies who are going to be helping me hosting the show today right here on stage. One is none other than Show Me St. Louis's own Dana DiPiazza. Let's give it up for her. And Explore St. Louis's own Kat Neville. Let's give it up for her. Woo, woo, woo. Now, we have an hour-long special today, and that's huge for Show Me St. Louis because we're usually just 30 minutes, so I'm not going to take up too much more time. We're going to pass it over to Kat, who has some lovely guests with her, and Kat, take it away.
Thank you so much, Malik. I am actually going to kick it all off with what's new in the Lou and my panel of industry innovators. And my first guest is none other than Carolyn Kendall Betts. She is the CEO of St. Louis City SC. Now, Carolyn, the fan experience at Centene Stadium has been built with something very specific in mind. Can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. I think our most favorite aspect of the stadium is going to be the canopy. Very unique to soccer-specific stadiums, but it is designed to keep the chants and the cheers and the songs from all the supporters and all the fans in the bowl to make it loud, crazy, unique fan experience, but also to show everybody that St. Louis knows how to party.
And they do, and they love sports, absolutely. And you've also, speaking of the fan experience, you've partnered with one of our city's most important chefs. Tell me about what the culinary experience is going to be.
We were so fortunate that Gerard Kraft would be willing to partner with us because all about the fan, right? We want to have that unique culinary experience that you were talking about, but we have unbelievable STL-made chefs and bartenders and mixologists. I could go on and on and on. And we wanted to make sure that we brought all of that to the stadium so that every person that attends a match is able to experience all the wonderful things that St. Louis can showcase.
Fantastic. And it launches next year, right?
March of 2023.
All right. We cannot wait. Thank you so much for joining us. And my next guest is Kitty Ratcliffe. She is the president of Explore St. Louis. Now, Kitty, tell me about the status of the AC Next Gen project and the impact that it's going to have on the St. Louis region.
Well, thank you, Kat. We're very excited. AC Next Gen is an expansion and improvement of our convention center. Convention Center is 45 years old this year, so it needs some work. The exciting thing about it is it's going to make us competitive with the cities around the country that we are struggling to try to get some business away from. And we've been very successful with that over the years because St. Louis has an incredible offering and experience that people have when they come here. But we have to have that economic development tool. And so the project itself is going to create a massive ballroom that will be the 5th largest in the country when it's done. It's going to double the number of loading docks, which I know doesn't sound very sexy to the audience, but it allows the freight to get in faster and the freight to go out faster. So that means we can turn and do more shows more quickly. And so just a realignment of that and some other improvements. The addition of a huge park downtown will really expand the experience that people have outside the doors of the convention center. And so we want them that when they come here that they just absolutely love every moment of when they're in St. Louis. And it's really important for our region. Although the convention center is located downtown at the north edge of downtown, it is a project that it actually benefits the entire region. People work in the convention center, and all of the businesses that actually cater to the convention attendees from all over. These are people that live in the county. These are people that live in Illinois. So it's a big employment factor. And probably the biggest thing in terms of the benefit to the region overall is that more than $1 billion, new dollars, comes into our community from people who are coming from outside of our community to attend these conferences and conventions. Just this past week, we've had 4 different conventions in the convention center within 9 days, and they brought in 12,000 people from outside of St. Louis. That's all new money for our community. So that's really the benefit to the region.
And the overall benefit of tourism, I think a lot of folks who live here don't necessarily understand how many tourists come through St. Louis every year. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, and as I just said, the convention center alone is responsible for $1 billion of new money coming in Tourism in general is almost $6 billion. That is people who come here to experience all the things that Carolyn and Bob are doing and that everybody else is doing here. That is a great product for leisure tourism as well as business travel and conferences and sporting events. And 90,000 people in our region actually work in the hospitality industry. So having that new money coming in, having those visitors come here is really critically important. Even if you don't work in the hospitality industry yourself, if you're not one of those 90,000 people, you see the benefit from that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Kitty. I appreciate it. And speaking of, Bob O'Loughlin is my last guest on the panel, and you're the chairman and CEO of Lodging Hospitality Management. You actually redeveloped Union Station, where we are broadcasting from today, and you opened up Union Station kind of right before the pandemic. So can you tell us how the recovery is going this year?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. We had the luck of opening this up on December 25th of 2019, and then we were closed down in March of 2020 due to the pandemic. But I've got to give a lot of credit to all of our employees who hung in there. And even during the COVID years, last year's numbers were phenomenal. We ended up doing about over 850,000 in the aquarium. 550,000 rode the wheel, and we're looking to 2022 as being a phenomenal year down here at Union Station.
And so you are behind a lot of developments from Westport to the Cheshire. How do you decide the direction that you want to take a new project?
That's a great question, and I wish I had the answer to that, but it's more based on if the opportunity is there. And Union Station was presented to us, who is actually under foreclosure. And I looked at it and I said, you know, this is a treasure to the whole area. It was is the world's largest train station in the world. And why not take this challenge on and see if we can turn it around and do something? So my first deal was, if you own a train station, you ought to own a train. So we went out and bought 8 cars and started the Polar Express, which we're really excited about. Last year, we basically set a record. 70,000 families rode the Polar Express. And you know, if you bring an attraction like this or Westport Plaza to the people of St. Louis, we haven't had a major attraction in here in many, many years. They embrace it, and it is a catalyst to other attractions going down here. And we're thrilled with the soccer stadium going next door, because we think with the soccer stadium, what we're doing here, Enterprise Center, what Kitty's doing with the convention center, St. Louis is on the cusp of being very, very big.
Could not disagree. I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much, Bob, Kitty, Carolyn. Thank you for joining me. And Malik, back to you.
Kat, that's some amazing stuff. Thank you guys so much for joining us here as a panelist. So, Cinco de Mayo Day is today, and that means more celebration. I'm taking you to a Cherokee Street restaurant that not only we're going to talk about their dishes, but also an amazing event going on this weekend. What's going on, everyone? I am currently on Cherokee Street, where there is going to be an amazing event in just a couple of days. I am joined with Emily Tinhouse.
Yeah, this Saturday we will have our annual Cinco de Mayo festival, which is always a really big deal, but especially this year we're really excited about it because we haven't been able to have it for the past 2 years. Usually Cherokee Street Cinco de Mayo Festival brings over 40,000 people to Cherokee Street on one day, and we're anticipating that kind of excitement again this year. So really excited for what's coming up this Saturday.
What does it mean this year to bring it back?
It means a lot. I mean, Cinco de Mayo Festival is a celebration of the Mexican community here on Cherokee Street and brings a lot of really important revenue to our street small businesses. Not having it for the past few years has been really challenging, and I think it's going to be really important for those small businesses having it back, being able to have that income that they really need. And it's also a really great celebration of the Cherokee Street community, bringing back things like the People's Joy Parade, which is a community art parade that takes place on Festival Day at 1:11 in the afternoon. Other things like music. Cherokee Street Cinco de Mayo is always a great musical celebration with 3 grand stages. We encourage folks coming down, especially to use rideshare if they can, coming to the Grand Festival entrance at Cherokee and Jefferson there. There are 3 grand stages. There'll be music throughout the day. There are different activations all over the street. The Lucha Libre wrestling ring, sponsored by our friends at Hornitos.
That sounds cool.
We've got a mechanical bull that'll be on this street. One of the biggest draws for Cherokee Street Cinco de Mayo is the food and the drinks. Expect a lot of different Mexican cuisine, tacos, tortas, quesadillas, margaritas, good beer.
Speaking of food, I am currently inside with Marco, who is going to explain kind of where we are and kind of the dishes that will be served in this week's Cinco de Mayo festival. So thank you so much for joining me. Please explain what foods you guys will be providing and where are we?
Yeah, so we're here at La Vallecana. It's right on the corner of Cherokee and California. We will have tacos, tortas, burritos, quesadillas, and nachos that day.
Nice.
So we're gonna have margaritas. We're gonna have homemade ice cream. So we have a lot of flavors. We do the strawberry, the mango. We do a passion fruit. We do also make our fresh margaritas as well. We have passion fruit margaritas, tropical fruit margaritas, strawberry and mango margaritas that we make all from real fruit.
So good, right? Yeah. But what does Cinco de Mayo mean to you? I know the festival is more than just food and all that stuff, but what does it mean to you?
Cinco de Mayo is a time when people get together, you know, to celebrate Mexico. So it's really nice to see when, you know, people get in a crowd and have fun together. Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
All the information that you need is right there on the screen. Screenshot that, as always. Go and show some support. It's supposed to be 40,000 people this weekend. Go show your face. Now, there's an awesome way for you to get out, see, visit, or even stay here in St. Louis. Text the word EXPLORE to that number on your screen for over 35 discounts and deals. We'll be right back.
I'm Tammy Brown. I'm Executive Director of the St. Louis Aquarium, and welcome and celebrate National Tourism Day. One thing that I really think is important to think about is that tourism can mean being a tourist in your own town as well. And given the opening time of the aquarium and the wheel and everything here at Union Station, and then what we've experienced in the past few years, I know there are a lot of folks who live here in St. Louis who haven't had a chance to come out to Union Station. And I really hope this year that through the summer and National Tourism Week that we'll have lots and lots of guests who come out for the first time and get to experience this complex. The aquarium itself, we are adding a new habitat this year, so even if you've been here before, definitely come visit and check out our new jelly touch pool where you'll have a chance to touch moon jellies and discover what they feel like. The aquarium itself is very interactive, very high touch, high tech, and we love for our guests to come out and get a little brave and, you know, touch a stingray or feed a shark. We get very excited about things like that. This summer we decided to theme our summer as Luau in the Lou. So you'll be seeing all kinds of really fun, kind of beachy, exciting events like the concert out on the pavilion, but also we've got the largest pop-up Squishmallows store out on the pavilion where you can get one of those Squishmallows that are so hot and hard to find. We will be having a taco stand, so we'll be introducing a new taco container where you'll be able to get tacos every day, all kinds of really fun things and activities throughout the whole summer. Just check our website, stlouisaquarium.com, and you'll be able to see the schedule of all of the events for the whole summer.
Welcome back to Show Me St. Louis, live at Union Station. Now, St. Louis is an amazing family-friendly place, and Dana DiPiazza is joining us live to tell us all about it. Take it away, Dana.
That's right, and thank you, Malik. I'm joined here right now with Stephanie Hampton. You might recognize her from her Instagram or from her blog, but she is in charge of Explore STL Park. So you know all the things there is to know about family-friendly things around STL. Now, we saw that students were out of school the past 2 years with the pandemic, learning from home. So parents are focused on some STEM-related activities. Do you have any recommendations for them?
Sure. You know, we have the City Museum and the Magic House. One of our favorites is Made. It's the first satellite location of the Magic House, and it is fantastic. It's a huge maker space. They have everything you can imagine, from Lego robotics to 3D printing to basically anything.
Sounds like a blast. Now we know that summer's coming up, the weather's getting hotter, kids are getting out of school. So any outdoor activities that you could recommend?
Sure. Now, since the renovation of the arch, there's 5 miles of paved trails down there that we absolutely love. One of our favorite trails is at the Shaw Nature Reserve in the summertime. In August, there's thousands of water lilies in bloom. And another one of our favorites is the Forest Park Nature Playscape. But take it from me, bring a change of clothes for the mud pit.
A change of clothes for the mud pit, you said?
Yeah.
Malik, did you hear that? I think it's time for you to go to the mud pit. I think we all have to try it out. What do you think?
I think so, and I'm going to have to try that out for sure. But there's another place that you guys should try out, and that is Purina Farms. Just a few days ago, I got to travel their home base right there in Great Summit. You guys have got to check this out to see why I was so excited to check the place out. Thank you so much for joining us here on Show Me St. Louis, Sam. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I can't tell you what a pleasure it is to be on Show Me St. Louis.
Definitely. And so we're here at Purina Farms. Can you just please explain to us, if we didn't know already, what all do you guys offer?
Absolutely. So at Purina Farms, we really want to highlight the benefits that pets and people can experience together. And so here at the farms, you can experience up-close encounters with barn animals, meet an adoptable pet at our pet center, take a wagon ride, milk a cow if you've never done that before. You can meet tons of baby animals, discover what life is like living with dogs and cats in our Better with Pets exhibits. We also have expert training tips available for you in our indoor theater, and so many more opportunities to spend some quality time with your dog out here and the rest of your family.
Nice, nice. And I think the number one question is, especially for people who aren't from here like myself, who thought you guys were just downtown, where are you guys located?
We're located about 10 minutes from Six Flags, right off of Interstate 44, off of the Great Summit exit.
And once we're here, I know you go to like a guard gate and you might feel like you're excluded from everything, but how do we get to the visitor center?
Yes, the easiest thing to do is to tell our security guard exactly where you're going. He's going to direct you either to the left or the right of the property. You would veer off to the right to get to the visitor center, and that's where you would experience your encounter.
Definitely. And so when does the Incredible Dog team perform their whole ordeal?
Yes, the Purina Incredible Dog Team has 2 performances throughout the day, and that's Wednesday through Sunday when the visitor center is open. Their first performance is at 10:30, their second performance is at 1:30, and that's in our Incredible Dog Arena.
Awesome, awesome. Seems like you guys have it all here, and just one more time, hours of operation, and how excited you guys are to have people here.
The Visitor Center is open Wednesday through Sunday from 9:30 until 3:30 daily. Again, our Purina Incredible Dog Team has shows at 10:30 and 1:30. We also do cow milking shows at 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We welcome you to bring your entire family out here. It's a great day for you to spend at Purina Farms. We have food, we have relaxing areas, we have places where you can walk your dog, we have places where you can learn about all of our fabulous resident animals, meet some adoptables, maybe go home with a new puppy or cat, or even a guinea pig or a potbelly pig. So we certainly are very, very, very excited to finally be opening at full capacity this year. It's been a long time and we have missed our guests immensely. Our animals have missed them too, so please come out and visit us. We look forward to seeing you.
Purina Farms is located just 10 minutes away from Six Flags, down Highway 44 in Great Summit, Missouri. Hours of operation can be found at purina.com. We'll be right back after these commercials.
So hi, my name is Jody Sowell. I am Managing Director of Public History at the Missouri History Museum. At this museum in Forest Park, what we try to do is always give you new ways to explore America's most fascinating city. Right now, inside, we have the St. Louis Sound exhibit. That is an exhibit that looks at St. Louis's contribution to popular American music history. What do Scott Joplin and Josephine Baker and Oliver Sane and Fontella Bass and Tina Turner and Miles Davis and Chuck Berry and Uncle Tupelo and Nellie all have in common? They're all part of the St. Louis Sound. You'll learn those stories and so many more, including you will get to see and hear the oldest piece of recorded music that we can still hear today that was recorded in 1878 in downtown St. Louis. You can also see on exhibit right now a project we call Painting Creole St. Louis. It's about artist Anna Maria von Pfuhl. Anna Maria von Pfuhl comes to St. Louis in 1817 and starts filling her sketchbook with images of what St. Louis and the people of St. Louis look like. Those are now some of the earliest images that we have of the city. So, you know, she's not just important as an artist, she's also important as a historian. If you like your history on the go, we have STL tours. These tours take you out into the city so you can see that history that you literally walk on or drive past every day. Takes you into neighborhoods and downtown and gives you glimpses into women's history and African American history. A fascinating look at St. Louis that is destined to give you new perspectives of this old city. Finally, we hope you'll join us every Thursday night, because every Thursday night we have Thursday nights at the museum. This promises to be your most fun, engaging, thought-provoking, perspective-shaping night of your week, and there are drinks. So every Thursday night from 5:30 to 6:30, we have a happy hour where you can get drinks and appetizers, see some pop-up activities, and then 6:30 to 8, we have a main stage production. So could be a concert, could be a panel discussion, could be a lecture. What you know is that every Thursday night when you find yourself at the Missouri History Museum, there will be something engaging and thought-provoking to see. When you come to the Missouri History Museum, our exhibits and almost all of our programs are free. It's one of the things that makes this one of the crown jewels of this community. So you can go to our website at mohistory.org and learn so much more about all of those offerings and other projects that will be coming soon.
Hi, I'm Jay Scherter. I am the Communications Senior Manager at the Regional Arts Commission of St. Louis. This is an organization that's been around since 1985. We're actually in the Missouri Constitution, and really what our job is to help promote all thing arts in the St. Louis area. We do that in a lot of different ways. We do that through grant making, giving money directly to arts organizations, artists, and a lot of the places that you know in St. Louis, places like the St. Louis Symphony, places like the St. Louis Opera. Maybe some other places you don't know about, like Stages St. Louis or the Black Rep. And also some places that you've probably visited outside, like the Louis Sculpture Park. You know, the Regional Arts Commission of St. Louis has a mission, and the mission really is to ensure that every St. Louisan can live a full creative life. What we want to do is to make sure that art is accessible, that it's equitable, that anybody who wants to experience art can do it in the St. Louis region. We really cherish the relationships we have with our grant recipients, people like the Louis Sculpture Park. You know, Lauren Ross is the executive director over here, and you know, the money that we give to their organization goes to fund so many amazing things.
Louis is one of many local arts and culture organizations that receive general operating support from the Regional Arts Commission, and RAC is absolutely crucial for our operations and our survival. Louis has been open to the public since 1976. We are a 105-acre sculpture park here in Sunset Hills in St. Louis County, and we serve a wide variety of visitors. We have around 300,000 visitors per year. We're really excited that this year so many of our regular programs are coming back. At the top of that list is our annual art fair, which happens every year on Mother's Day weekend. Will actually be the 35th year that Louis has presented the annual art fair. This is a St. Louis tradition and a favorite among the community.
St. Louis is an arts town and has been for a very long time. Sure, St. Louis is a sports town. We love our sports here. But it doesn't mean that we can't also be an arts town. We do it every single day. You may not realize it, but it contributes more than $600 million of economic activity every single year. The arts and culture sector in St. Louis brings more people to town every year than all sports combined. There's 19,000 full-time jobs just related to the arts in St. Louis. Really what the Regional Arts Commission is all about is really lifting up the artist community, lifting up the arts and culture sector here in St. Louis.
Fantastic. our conversation of the impact of the arts here in St. Louis with my next panel. And Andrew Jorgensen from Opera Theater St. Louis is my first guest. And Andrew, you have actually directly commissioned original works like Fire Shut Up in My Bones, which premiered also at the Met after you played it first here in St. Louis. What's the benefit to the organization to St. Louis to be the originator of these types of works?
We've commissioned more operas than anyone else in the country, and these works go on from Opera Theater. I was at the opening at the Met, and all anyone could talk about in New York was St. Louis. When people think about a vibrant future for opera, they don't think about Milan, they don't think about London, they think about Opera Theater and about St. Louis. It attracts national funding, it attracts national audiences, national press, and it shines a bright light on creativity here in St. Louis.
I love it. And you also have a really vibrant Young Friends organization. How else are you working to diversify the audience for opera?
It's a great question. Our mission is about making opera accessible to a broader audience. That's about performing all of our work in English. That's about getting out of the opera house and connecting more in more parts of St. Louis during more parts of the year. That's about always having free and accessibly priced tickets. And that's about the work on our stage. This year's commission, one of them, is Harvey Milk. What could be more important, more exciting, more relevant and modern than a work about the great gay civil rights leader for us to put on our stage during Pride Month in St. Louis.
So it will be on in June.
Coming your way in June. Our season opens in just 2 weeks.
Fantastic. We'll look forward to that. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Jack Lane. You are the co-founder and the executive producer of Stages in St. Louis. You also have a really exciting project in the works called Karate Kid, the musical. Tell me about it.
Yes, wax on, wax off. Actually, when I think of what Andrew just said, and Opera Theater has paved the way for new works in St. Louis, and one of my dreams was to make St. Louis a destination place for pre-Broadway world premiere musicals, but there wasn't a space in which to do it. The city of Kirkwood built us a $25 million performing arts center, so Karate Kid the musical is the first. It is not music from the 80s, as people are saying. It is a brand new, gorgeous score by Drew Gasparini. We're in incredible partnerships here in St. Louis, and we're working with Tokyo, Los Angeles, New York, and St. Louis, and there are thousands of people flying in to see Karate Kid the musical.
Well, and so kind of tell the larger story of how backing projects like Karate Kid really impacts the St. Louis region as a whole.
Even right now, we've got about 100 people on the ground, creatives, and we see what the difference is with hotels and with restaurants. We're partnered with LHM and Bob O'Loughlin. We're working with Explore St. Louis to get the word out, and it is really extraordinary to see the states and the countries that have already purchased tickets. So the trickle-down effect of the economics is going to be really substantial.
That's exciting. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And my last guest on our arts panel is none other than Vanessa Cooksey. You are the president and CEO of the Regional Arts Commission. And as we know, sports get a ton of attention here in St. Louis, but the arts arguably draw more revenue to the region. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. More revenue and more people. In 2019, 11 million people came to St. Louis to experience our arts and culture. And the cool thing about St. Louis is it happens all over the region. North, south, east, west, city center, Grand Center. People come here for our arts and culture.
And so tell me the role that the Regional Arts Commission plays in supporting the arts scene generally in the entire St. Louis region.
The Regional Arts Commission is the largest public funder of the arts in St. Louis, and we fund both arts organizations and artists. And so that's what makes us unique. We know that artists are entrepreneurs and our arts organizations are businesses, so we provide the money and the programs to help build their capacity to create more.
Don't you help also with even just like legal issues and things like that, really kind of helping them with the fundamentals?
Yes, through partnerships with VLAA and other institutions, we really want to strengthen our organization's business capacity because they're running organizations and businesses.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much to my panel. I really appreciate you being here and sharing the importance of a vibrant art scene here in St. Louis, and we're going to be right back.
The Repertory Theater of St. Louis is one of the largest regional theaters in Missouri. We believe that art has the power to transform lives, and we strive to make the Rep a warm and welcoming home to artists and patrons alike. From world premieres, the classics, to your favorite musicals, the Rep brings an extraordinary array of world-class art to stages across the region. All of our productions are built in-house by local artisans, which means that every show is an extraordinary, one-of-a-kind experience that you won't find anywhere else. My name is Hannah Sharif, and I'm the Augustin Family Artistic Director of the Repertory Theater of St. Louis. It is my great pleasure to introduce our new Managing Director, Danny Williams.
Thank you, Hannah. Audiences can see performances August through mid-May. During the holidays, we offer our annual production of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, running from mid-November to the end of the year. And then we kick off the new year with our free, family-friendly wintertime drive-through spectacular, The Glowy Snowy Day, based on the beloved children's book, The Snowy Day, by Ezra Jack Keats. Audiences can find us at multiple venues across the St. Louis region, as part of our mission is to make theater accessible to everyone. Our first theater home is the Loretto Hilton Center for Performing Arts, located on the beautiful campus of Webster University. The Rep's second home is the state-of-the-art Catherine B. Burgess Theater at Coca, located by the bustling restaurants and shops of the Del Mar Loop. New for our 2022-23 season is the stunning new Strauss Black Box Theater, located in the Kirkwood Performing Arts Center, nestled in the heart of downtown Kirkwood, Missouri.
The 22-23 season is a joyful mix of classics and new work. We launch our season with House of Joy by Madri Shaker, followed by Private Lives by Noel Coward. Ring in the holiday season with Charles Dickens' classic A Christmas Carol, adapted by Michael Wilson. Join us in the new year for Putting It Together, a musical review by the great Stephen Sondheim. Then join us for Confederates, an insightful new play by MacArthur Genius Award winner Dominic Moriso. We round out the main stage season with Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express, adapted by Ken Ludwig. The 22-23 season marks the return of our own beloved Steve Wolf Studio Series.
For out-of-town visitors, whether it's date night, friends night, or a solo night out, an evening at the Rep will leave you wanting more. It's an unforgettable theatrical experience you won't find anywhere else.
Because of the intimacy of each of our stages, audiences will always feel close to the action at our theaters.
We offer great seats at great prices. Visit our website for more information on our offers.
We'll see you at the theater.
Welcome back to Show Me St. Louis. This next segment will feature some pretty unique stories of people who have worked pretty hard in the entertainment and hospitality industry. So we're joined here first with Mr. Andrew Radke. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you.
So you are the Assistant Rooms Executive over at the Ritz-Carlton St. Louis. So we know that you are known for that gold status service. So tell me what goes into that.
Absolutely, and I love how you put it, because at the Ritz-Carlton, we have our own gold standards. And one of our most famous gold standards is probably our motto, which is we are ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen. And we're so lucky to have the top service professionals in the industry that all share a common goal. Every guest, every day is so important as we are stewards of our city to make sure that we highlight. And truly, the genuine care and comfort of our guests is all of our highest mission.
That guest experience is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
I know that you've recently added some pretty neat things to the Ritz, so talk to me about that.
We have some really incredible offerings. So of course, when you come to the Ritz-Carlton, whether it's a staycation, a getaway, or you're joining us from across the world, we really want to have a wonderful experience. So our concierge team is ready to build that itinerary for you, showcase the many offerings in our hotel and throughout St. Louis, as well as if you have time to stop by our spa, get a massage, a nice facial, and then if you really want to pamper yourself, we want you to enjoy the club lounge where we're here to take care of you 24/7. And finally, we have our amazing lobby lounge. That is going to be the space for live music, fresh sushi, but just past that, Casa Don Alfonso. What a gem. I hope many of us have been there. We really want to take you on an experience to the Sorrento coast of Italy through our food and the experience. And then we also have an amazing new event space, the Solarium, which is a terrace space on our second floor.
Sounds awesome.
Yes.
Got to go check it out. I love
Please.
the Sorrento, the Italy. Get me there. That's my
Come
language.
see me.
Especially the spa.
Yes, ma'am.
And we also have Miss Tiffany Peasel here. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Well, thanks for having me.
She's the general manager over at Bailey's Ranch, and she recently was just named a hero after a car crashed into the establishment. So talk to me about how you handled that.
That was an intense moment that day. We had a convention going on downtown with volleyball, and you always expect the worst, but nobody expected for a car to just come crashing through the window. So it was, we're at just that mom moment to me where we stop and we take action and make sure everybody was safe and getting everybody out the building.
Something you would never know to prepare for.
Ever.
Now, we also know that you've recently had to bring your team through another difficult thing. We had the pandemic. So talk to me about how you were able to lead them through that as well.
I have actually I work for a really great company, Dave and Cara Bailey. They made it very easy for everybody to follow health procedures and make sure everybody was staying safe, and it made it really easy to just continue to work for the company. I have a great people at HR, Human Resources. They do a wonderful job at keeping everybody on top of everything. So it's just it was really easy and smooth sometimes.
Having a great team is what it's all about. Good foundation, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here. Next up, we have Mr. Adam McBrady. He's the manager over at the Urban Chestnut. So you know all about hospitality and letting people have a good time. So what goes into that real good customer service?
So I think one of the most important things is encouraging and teaching people to find shared experiences and commonality with people. If you can do that, it really helps bridge the gap between server and served, and really engages the customer and makes them feel connected to the experience and the brand and everything that goes into it. And they carry that away after the experience as well.
Now, what's your favorite part of your job? I know it's got to be super fun.
Probably I would have to say the fact that I get to take a small part in both experiencing and magnifying so many people's joy. I mean, we have weddings, baby showers, anniversaries, just friends getting together. Our job is literally to take part and help people experience that. And in that, if all you're doing is making people happy, that's ultimately a really enjoyable, happy experience for us as well.
That's exactly right. Again, thank you so much for being here. Give it up for them, everyone. The hospitality industry would be a boring one without them. So thank you so much. And of course, we'll be right back.
St. Louis has an amazing craft beverage scene, and this morning we're tapping into it. As you guys know, we love talking about drinks here on the show, and I am joined with a great guy in the community, Dave, who is going to tell us about some more drinks that we can enjoy for the viewers and myself later on.
Thank you very much. I'm David Weglars. I'm the owner of Still 630 Distillery, one of the great craft distilleries in the country. It just happens to be hidden right downtown St. Louis. And we make whiskey and gin and apple brandy and rum and a whole bunch of different stuff that we really nerd out about. But that's all neat for us to make it. The best part of it is when we can get it in the hands of more talented bartenders around town. St. Louis is blessed to have an incredible culinary vibe and institution out here of restaurants and especially bartenders, which benefits us.
So please tell us about the ADI conference.
Yeah, this is a huge deal. ADI is one of the premier industry conferences for everybody that's not Jim Beam. So they all 2,000 craft distillers across the country. This is one of our industry groups. And the fact that they're bringing their national conference where they have global entries to St. Louis specifically, but to Missouri in general, is a huge deal. It's a feather in the cap for the MCDG. It's a testament, most of all, to the fantastic spirits that we're all making here in Missouri. It's being recognized on a national and global scale, and so they're bringing this conference here to St. Louis to highlight that.
Nice.
And that comes in September, and we couldn't be more excited to welcome the spirit-making world to St. Louis and show them what we're doing right here.
Right, man, that's awesome, awesome stuff.
Jeremy over here is making a fantastic cocktail playing off all those notes.
So really quick, do you mind just explaining what each flavor is and just make us up something really quick?
So today we're making the 141. It's a new cocktail on our menu here at Olive and Oak. It's a fun summer riff on a whiskey sour using Rally Point rye. It's an excellent product, and it's awesome to be able to represent something local. So we're gonna start with 2 ounces of Rally Point rye.
Nice.
We're gonna do a ½ ounce of Kina Kina, which is a liqueur that's made with orange peels, herbs, and spices. It's got this great orange note on the front, and then it finishes with sort of an earthy caramel note. Next, we're gonna do a ½ ounce of Earl Grey tea syrup. It's really easy to make. Just brew your tea and then blend it with equal parts sugar. You can play around and do any black tea you like. I think even other teas would work well as well. We're going to do an ounce of lemon juice, fresh. Next, we've got 2 dashes of black lemon bitters. These are going to kind of bridge the gap between the floral notes of your Earl Grey and those citrusy notes of the Kina Kina. We're gonna shake it up with some ice. A good hard shake here. All right. Strain this bad boy into a nice roomy double rocks glass. And just like that, almost. We gotta put the finishing touch on here. A little crushed ice. And then we're gonna garnish it with a few generous dashes of Angostura bitters.
But wait, there's more.
Can you imagine sitting on the patio and having that delicious drink?
Imagine sitting here drinking that.
You should order two at once, right? So that while you're doing this one, the next one's getting ready.
I also recommend two at one time.
Definitely. But that is the finished product right there, guys. You guys have got to come out and check that out. All the information that you're going to need is going to be right there on your screen as always. Screenshot that and you know, come out and get yourself a drink or two or three. However many. Drink responsibly, though. Right. Get some food. Drink responsibly, though. Right.
And as a reminder, text the word EXPLORE to that number right there on your screen to get discounts to go out and visit and even revisit our beautiful city.